Hey everybody, I'm Christopher Green. You're tuning into AMTV Alternative Media Television. It is of course Tuesday, June 17th, 2014. And the price of meat, chicken, and fish soars to an all-time high, kneecapping and destroying your purchasing power, your ability to feed your family. And it's all courtesy of the Federal Reserve, and it's about to get much, much worse in the not too distant future. And again, this is all due to the policies put into place on your behalf. Unelected positions that Janet Yellen holds, and people before her, terrorists like Ben Bernanke and Alan Greenspan, held before her, appointed by the president to destroy the value of your currency, which you, most of you at least, work very hard to put into your pocket on a daily basis to provide things like electricity, housing, and more importantly, food on the kitchen table when you meet your family for dinner, all being destroyed due to the policies of the Federal Reserve. And evident in this recent report of the price of meat, chicken, and fish soaring to all-time highs. And again, it's about to get much, much worse. Here we have a report from CNS News says the price index for meats, poultry, fish, and eggs rocket to an all-time high. The seasonally adjusted price index for meats, poultry, fish, and eggs hit an all-time high in May, according to the data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Again, typically they're massaging the data, but here we have some real numbers to work with. In January 1967, when the BLS started tracking this measure, the index for meats, poultry, fish, and eggs was 38.1. As of late May, it was 234. By January, 240. By April, almost 250. And in May, 252. The index for meats, poultry, fish, and eggs has risen 7.7% over the span of the last year, says the BLX. The index for food and home increased 0.7%, etc., etc. Here you can see the chart. Meats, poultry, fish, and eggs index hits an all-time high, according to the BLS, the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Consumer prices rising sharply in May. USA Today, consumer prices last month posted their sharpest increase in 15 months as inflation continued a recent acceleration from unusually low levels. Gasoline on the rise, much ado with the unfolding crisis in Iraq, which has been the byproduct of an illegal war in the Middle East started by the Bush administration, later continued by Obama, then pulled troops 3 years ago only to send troops back, and now he's going to ally himself with Iran. I mean, if that isn't evidence that we have a terrorist in the White House, I don't know what is. Partnering with what Washington had once called the Great Satan, Iran, is now suddenly our friend in Iraq. That doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? But gasoline prices at the pump set to hit new highs, 6-year seasonal highs. A gasoline, of course, a tax on the economy, a tax on the consumer. This is all, of course, a part of the New World Order agenda, the elite's agenda to kneecap you while they profit in the billions, if not trillions of dollars, much like what we saw in the lead up and build up in oil prices hitting 200 plus bucks a barrel pre the 2008 financial crash before they accepted giant bailouts, transferred trillions of dollars of wealth from you, the little guy, and destroyed our economy, much of which we are still living through today, now approaching an inflationary holocaust here in the United States of America. Here we have an exclusive CNBC report says, will the whiff of inflation hitting the nose of Janet Yellen prod the Fed to raise interest rates? And honestly, my analysis here is, of course not. They can't raise interest rates, folks. If they raised interest rates from zero, where they are to now, the entire economy would collapse overnight. All these financial bubbles and housing, real estate, the stock market, the bond bubble would literally implode on itself. So they can't raise rates. So what does that mean for you, the little guy? Well, what that means is expect more inflation. Expect an inflation holocaust, which is what we're getting now. And again, it's going to get much, much worse because of the policies here of financial terrorists like Janet Yellen, these selected, not elected officials on behalf of the president. They continue these acts of terror into infinity. Much like Alan Greenspan did with 0% interest rates, helping to blow up the largest financial bubble in the history of the world before the recent implosion that, by the way, we just got out of just a couple years ago, and now it's a new gravy train, and there's new bubbles being formed, and they're even bigger. They're going to get bigger, worse, and more dramatic than we've ever seen them. and you're going to be on the streets because of it. So thank her, thank your president, thank Washington, and thank the criminal Federal Reserve. Here we have a Wall Street Journal report saying the interest rate puzzle confronts Federal Reserve officials. As it's some kind of puzzle, which of course we know that's BS. It's not a puzzle. This is all a part of the manipulation game. This is all a part of the New World Order paradigm and the program. Again, they can't raise interest rates or the entire financial system will collapse. It will implode. We are structurally weaker and more insolvent today than we were 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago. It's exactly why the federal government, on your behalf, through taxpayer bailouts and all of this infused money, has taken on even more and more amounts of debt than we ever have before in the history of the world. It's exactly why we have a U.S. debt clock at $17.5 trillion and growing into infinity on a daily basis. This isn't a conundrum. This isn't something that they're puzzled by or confronting. It's the plan. It's the program, and it's being implemented right now. Again, expect an inflationary holocaust. Expect much larger bubbles than you've ever seen before. Now, what's amazing about this, folks, is this is as good as it gets. With 0% interest rates and trillions of dollars in bailouts paid for by you so that you can support too big to fail institutions and banks and also criminals, Wall Street criminals like Warren Buffett, who raises my blood pressure, this is as good as it gets in the U.S. economy. With the Wall Street Journal reporting that the economy actually shrank, according to the U.S. government, last quarter. It was actually shrinking at a 1% GDP rate last quarter, in quarter one. Of course, this was all revised. You know, they report it as a funny number, like it actually grew. And then later on, when no one's paying attention, they do the revised number, and it shows that we actually had less than zero growth. That's how good things are. With 0% interest rates, bailouts into infinity, and massive amounts of debt, our economy actually isn't growing. That's how horrible it actually is. And in the meantime, inflationary pressures are rising. And the things that you need to live, to feed your family, are all rising. It's one of the reasons why commodity prices are up so aggressively over the past few years. And there's mass poverty all around the world, especially out of the United States. And we have our own poverty concerns here in the USA, but many people can't get access to quality nutrition because of the policies at the Federal Reserve System. Again, this is a humanitarian crisis, and these people are financial terrorists and they are financial criminals, and they are not working on your behalf. They are working on the behalf of these financial elitist scumbags that force bailouts and transfer trillions of dollars of wealth and engage in criminal activities at the highest law of the land. And again, the American people just allow it to happen. They allow the bigger bubbles to form while we print numbers in post here of negative on GDP. In the meantime, the ECB, as I reported on just about a week ago, has imposed negative interest rates. Yeah, things are so good over there in combination with here in the United States, they've gone negative on their interest rates, trying to hold together the European Union, which has only been around some decade or so, which is in the process of disintegrating right now. Literally shards of broken glass spraying all across your computer screen. It's been 10 years roughly, and the entire European Union is collapsing right before your eyes. Just like this is the fall of the American empire here in the United States of America. They're actually going negative, baby! Negative interest rates is what is needed so that this thing can collapse just a little bit slower. Now, of course, all this translates into this paper wealth here, this BS money that it's not worth the paper it's printed on. All of this goes to zero at some point, folks. All of your IRAs, your Roth IRAs, your 401ks, your retirement accounts, many of you baby boomers that saved up for your entire life, worked your asses off, all of this eventually goes to zero. You might as well just light a match now, pop open a beer and smoke a blunt and enjoy it. You might as well light it on fire now. Otherwise, the Federal Reserve is going to do it for you. And this is exactly what's happening. Creating new financial bubbles, bigger, bolder, badder than they were before, and the repercussions will be far worse. It's destroying your purchasing power, your ability to feed your family, your livelihood, your ability to retire, to get a return on your investment, all due to negative interest rates and criminal activity at the criminal Federal Reserve. And these people acting on behalf of the New World Order paradigm today. Of course, the bubble getting much, much bigger. We're seeing it here in Phoenix. We're seeing it all across the country. We're seeing it in Europe with asset prices skyrocketing again because they're still lending at 0%. They're still lending at all-time low interest rates. They're still giving mortgages to people at 3.5%, at 5%. All of this endorsed by the FHA, Fannie Mae, and Freddie Mac, the same criminal entities that had horrible underwriting standards pre-2008, profited in the trillions, and then accepted trillions in bailouts after making their trillions and transferring all of that wealth from you to them. Again, this is a part of the criminal Ponzi scheme that makes up the United States system today. And the question is, how much bigger can the bubble get? That's what's so, it's almost entertaining. I mean, I honestly can't wait to see how much bigger it gets. I mean, I know people in the real estate game today doing the same stuff that they were doing pre-2008. Buying and flipping homes, borrowing money at 0%, accumulating lots of money in equity, cashing out. The bubble again getting bigger, bolder. It's going to be worse than anything we've ever seen until it implodes. So again, pop open your beer, smoke a blunt right now, and watch the world set ablaze. And thank the Federal Reserve for your own self-destruction. Here we have images of what people think can never happen again in a post-apocalyptic financial crash, is what we just had, and is now much, much worse, and is being Ponzi'd by the criminal system and the criminal Federal Reserve that we have today. A picture of a shanty town, tent cities in America in the 1930s. See, this is where you will be living with you and your family when the next collapse hits. You'll be with your hand out looking for food, digging through the streets, dying in a filthy environment, diseased, without access to what Obama sold you as health care. This will be you and your family. This will be the 99%. Living in Shantyville in the 2000s in a broken, destructive, criminal American system, which they're barely holding together today with 0% interest rates in the States and negative interest rates in the European Union. Again, another image of the unemployed in the 1930s. Again, this will be you. This will be your friends. This will be your family, pushing yourself up to the soup, coffee, and donut line for free food for the unemployed. While financial criminals like Warren Buffett, because this is what happens when the markets crash. You know, people like to give Warren Buffett here so much credit. They call him the Oracle of Omaha. I call him the Oracle of Bailouts. I call him the bailout king. Here in his butt boy, bun boy Obama, giving him some kind of prize. Like, hey, thanks for the bailout, Obama. Really appreciate it. The Oracle of Bailouts. Here's some specifics if you didn't already know. Warren Buffett, of course, owned 27% of Berkshire Hathaway, according to a recent proxy filing. This was during the 2008 financial crisis. He had more than $26 billion invested in 8 financial companies that have received bailout money. The TARP, paid for by you, taxpayers, at one point had nearly $100 billion of taxpayer-infused stolen assets from you and me invested into Warren Buffett's companies. And according to new data, this was years ago, by Thomson Reuters, FDIC backs more than $130 billion of their debt. To put that into perspective, 75% of the debt these companies had issued since late November had come with a federal bailout guarantee. Take a look at some of the holdings here. Goldman Sachs. Here's his bailout, $10 billion from taxpayers. Wells Fargo, $25 billion from taxpayers. American Express, $3.3 billion from taxpayers. U.S. Bank Corp, $6.6 billion from taxpayers. Bank of America, $45 billion from taxpayers. Bottom line here, folks, without your bailout, without this criminal activity occurring in Washington on your behalf, without these criminals here, the Oracle of Bailouts receiving handouts from taxpayers, he would have lost billions of dollars in 2008. Yet people hold him up on a pedestal like he's some damn good investor, when he's actually a financial criminal, no better than John Corzine, who stole money from his own client accounts with MF Global. The truth and the bottom line is, all of these financial institutions, of which Warren Buffett was invested billions, would have gone to zero, and he would have lost everything in the heart of the 2008 financial crisis. Much like what you're going to do, much like where you'll be living in the next financial crash. If it didn't already sit you onto the streets now in 2008, if you're not already living the repercussions now, you will be. You'll be living here. You'll be this guy, while this guy continues to get all the fame, fortune, and
misguided acclaim, really just a PR stuntman is who this man is, a criminal and financial terrorist, happy to receive bailouts and cozy up to the President of the United States. It's a problem, folks, and it's exactly where we're headed. Again, an inflationary holocaust until the next collapse. Thank the Federal Reserve, thank your president, thank these criminal politicians, and if you don't do anything about it, if you're not willing to raise your voice, you're a part of the problem too. I'm Christopher Green. Get it out everywhere, make it viral, hard-hitting, and in your face.